Hi there, guys. Welcome back to our channel, you aviation enthusiast people. I'm going to do an update on one of the last videos that I had done about the frustrations about being an airplane owner. When I land in Kentucky, it'll probably be roughly about 3:30ish or something like that. So I'm going to take a look at the hangar. We'll take a look at the Saratoga and see in what condition it's in. Here, let's change this timer. Go ahead and change it. Swap it to the right main. All right. So we'll see in what kind of condition it's in. Now, that brings me to my point. This is a must-do. If you have an airplane or if you're thinking about buying an airplane, you must do owner-assisted annuals, okay? There are tons of advantages of doing owner-assisted annuals, I'm telling you. So what is an owner-assisted annual, for those that don't know? So an owner-assisted annual is a collaboration between the pilot and the FAA certified mechanic, and what you get out of that is a lot of experience, okay? And you save a lot of money. Now the process must be under the supervision of the FAA certified mechanic, okay? Like you just can't do it on your own. You have to have a collaboration with that mechanic, and that mechanic is still responsible. So the mechanic wouldn't do this if he wouldn't trust you. So in the very beginning, when I got this Cherokee 6, when I met my mechanic, I started doing things slowly but surely. Actually, not really. He pretty much put me in there to do things. He's like, hey, do this, do that. But I was already kind of mechanically inclined, so he knew that I knew what I was doing. He had trust and faith in me, but always looking out over my shoulders as far as what I'm doing. And he would tell me, hey, you're doing this right, or you're doing it wrong, or whatever, or this is what you need to do. So over the time, as I learned experience, you know, he pretty much gave me more leverage in what to do. And he gave me more responsibilities, you know. And over time, you actually save even more money because then, you know, you get to do most of the work, and he supervises you basically. So it's a beautiful thing because you get to learn that experience. You get to learn the hands-on mechanics about the airplane. So if something goes wrong, you're going to know how to fix it. And all you got to do is, you know, call your mechanic and say, hey, I got this issue, whatever, bring it to the shop. You can go ahead and do the exchange with him watching over you, and he'll sign it off if he feels, you know, comfortable with it, you know, after he checks through it and all that good stuff. You can save a lot of money. Even by just doing your oil changes. Like I do my oil changes on this airplane. Not only do you feel good, and it feels just, you just get that nice, comfortable feeling that you know you did it and you did it right, and it is to your satisfaction. So just doing oil changes, okay? Now with oil changes, you really don't need the mechanic because the FAA does allow for pilots to do preventative maintenance, which is a great thing. You ought to take advantage of that. So do all those things because just changing your oil can save you a lot of money over time. So cost savings is the bigger issue, you know, here, because owning an airplane, well, I tell you, the maintenance and repairs, as I mentioned before, are going to be your biggest expenses, okay? And if you can do owner-assisted maintenance and do a lot of the repairs with, you know, your mechanic watching over you, you're going to save tons of money, I'm telling you. It's just great. It's great. Then another thing is you're going to familiarize yourself with every aspect of the airplane because they're going to tear down the airplane. And whenever we do owner-assisted annuals, I'll have to do that. And then you can start asking questions like, hey, what is this? What does that do? Blah, 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 blah. And, you know, you get to learn a lot about your airplane, I'm telling you. I can practically take this airplane apart and put it back together now. And the only thing that keeps me from doing annuals myself is I'm not a certified FAA mechanic, so I can't sign it off myself, but I've learned so much, you know. So I love doing owner-assisted annuals, I'm telling you. It's just, it's pretty darn great. Now, for this airplane, for example, to do an annual, it'll roughly cost you about, I'm guessing, anywhere between $2,500 to $3,000, okay? That's if everything goes smooth. And when I do the annuals with my mechanic, it's pretty much pennies on the dollar. I mean, it's just crazy how much, like I said, you can save. But doing owner-assisted annuals is a great way for you to familiarize yourself with that aircraft. Whenever you do owner-assisted annuals, and you put the airplane to the test and everything, and you know what you're doing, you feel very confident about that aircraft. For example, you know, I've learned how to do borescope on the engines, and I mean, just anything. I mean, you know, anything you can think of, I know the functionality of it. And I just feel very, very comfortable and at ease about flying my airplanes because I basically do the hands-on. And that's one of the things that I need to find now in Kentucky. I need to find a shop or a mechanic that I can team up with and do that owner-assisted annual collaboration. So I'm hoping that maybe on the next year, I think I've met someone that will allow me to do that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it's a must. You ought to do that. You ought to do that. Okay? So you're definitely going to have a better understanding of your aircraft, and you're going to have an overall better perspective of the airworthiness of your airplane. And that is just a great feeling whenever you're up here flying around. Whenever you do owner-assisted annuals, you get a great communication. You learn that great communication with your mechanic. So you know hands-on what's going on at every given moment. You're not sitting here waiting for answers. Like you can actually get in the mix. Like if the company is not doing what they're supposed to do, the third party, so to speak, then you can get in there and basically get on the phone, get on the horn, and start calling and start, you know, asking questions, you know, because you are in that point representing the company and that mechanic.
Message.
So it's a cool thing. And the other thing is that you have a lot of learning opportunities. You'll be able to, again, familiarize yourself with every aspect of the airplane. You'll be able to familiarize yourself even with the cost. Like, what do mechanics normally charge or you know, for doing something? So whenever you get an estimate, you're going to basically know right offhand how much they should be charging, and are they being reasonable with you? So if you're a hands-on aircraft owner that want to be more involved, then owner-assisted annuals is the way to go, okay? And even if you're not hands-on, man, it'll be a great opportunity for you to learn about that airplane. I'm telling you, you ought to do it occasionally at the very minimum. So this year, when I took this Cherokee 6 back to my guys up there, I didn't do anything because I had so much to do. But last year, for example, I did a lot of stuff. And so, you know, last year I saved a lot of money as well. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. You know, this is a must. This is something you ought to do if you're an airplane owner. You ought to get with a mechanic and ask if you can do owner-assisted annuals. And if they don't let you do it, then find somebody that will, because you won't regret it. I mean, like I said, what you're going to get out of it is just it's going to be just remarkable, the experience that you're going to learn. When I got this airplane, I basically took this airplane and remodeled it. I mean, this airplane needed a lot of work, and it was so cool for me to be able to get my hands on that work. I actually ended up doing a lot of the work and learning a lot about this airplane. So there it is. You know, guys, it's something you ought to do. Like I said, you won't regret it. I enjoy actually doing owner-assisted annuals every chance I get. So do that, and if something you've been doing, great. Why don't you comment? Let me know how. Let me know, you know, your experience on that. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna continue flying. We got about an hour and a half to go, and since, you know, what I like to do on these long cross-country flights so that I don't get bored is make a series of videos about different type of topics. So don't miss out on the next one. And I do appreciate you guys for being here on the channel and sharing your time with me, because I'm going to tell you something. I got a great community. I may not have a lot of subscribers yet, but, you know, I'm going on 10,000, and I'll tell you what, the subscribers that I have are solid subscribers. But, man, I'm very grateful for you guys, because I get a lot of comments, and then a lot of you say that I inspire you, but, you know, it goes both ways, man. Whenever you guys tell me that you've been inspired by my videos, man, that inspires me and it motivates me, because that is my main reason and my main goal for doing these videos. So I do appreciate that, guys. So again, if you like these kind of videos, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. I do love interacting, so make sure that that you do that for me. So until next time, you guys take care, stay safe. Have a great day, my friends.